Do you want to see and hear about the Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, 2018 to 2019, 12-issue comic book series, published by Dynamite Entertainment? If so, watch this video. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, is a horror hostess character portrayed by Cassandra Peterson, an American actress who was born in Kansas in 1951. Peterson gained fame on KHJ-TV wearing a revealing black gothic cleavage-enhancing gown and with a heaven bump hairstyle as host of Elvira's movie Macabre that features B movies, particularly those in horror and science fiction genres. The show originally aired locally from 1981 to 1986. Peterson co-wrote and starred in the 1988 movie Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, a comedy horror movie which follows Elvira inheriting a house nestled in an overly prudish community. She later co-wrote and starred in the 2001 movie Elvira's Haunted Hills. The comic books are presented in chronological order, with up to a few covers plus a few related interior pages for each issue, along with the description of the action going on in each issue. For issue number 1, the Mistress of the Dark has become unstuck in time. Elvira crashes Mary Shelley's monster weekend, beginning an epic journey through horror history, stalked by the most terrifying nightmare to ever walk the earth. For issue number 2, Nevermore, the Mistress of the Dark time travels to 1838 Philadelphia for a black cat and mouse game between America's greatest poet of horror and the scariest tyrant of medieval Europe. Elvira and Edgar Allan Poe face down a ravenous foe. For issue number 3, Elvira's time travel odyssey continues as she brings the author of Dracula face to face with his nightmarish inspiration. Stoker, I Hardly Knew Her. Thrills, chills, and more horrible puns like that. For issue number 4, Elvira's trip through time finally gets her back home to Los Angeles, but 80 years too early. The Mistress of the Dark lands on the set of a horror movie classic, pursued by real ancient evil. Would you sell your soul for riches and fame? For issue number 5, Elvira's temporal adventures land her in hot water. So hot, one more time and it may be the last. her new nemesis sends her to the worst place in the universe. And we're not talking about Encino. For issue number 6, Elvira is riding that escalator of the damned all the way down, and she's going to have some words with the manager. He just wants her to leave him alone. For issue number 7, the hellish hijinks continue as Elvira and Faust go deeper and deeper into the underworld. Will they escape judgment, or does the Lord of the Files have something special waiting for them? For issue number 8, Elvira comes face to face with Satan himself as her odyssey through the underworld reaches its thrilling and ridiculous conclusion. Will she escape the ninth circle of hell, or end up the horror hostess of the damned for all eternity? For issue number 9, Elvira's traveled through time and been to hell and back, but does she get to take a breath and recover from her travels? Not in this comic book, friends. Back from hell, Elvira falls in with a coven of modern-day witches and takes a hot rod broom out for a spin in the sky. For issue number 10, Elvira's eldritch adventures continue as her wild ride winds up at a horror-haunted hospital. A crazy cult is playing doctor, and not in a good way. But Elvira is ready to operate as only she can in her latest absurd escapade. For issue number 11, Elvira has had it up to here. Well, you can guess where. With this coven cult nonsense. And she's bringing the fight to their home base. She'll show them what's what and which is which in the wickedest way possible. For issue number 12, the witch cult saga concludes, and a surprise villain returns from Elvira's past. The Mistress of the Dark can deliver you a climax like no other, and here it comes in the 12th and final issue of Elvira's ribald romp. Do you have any ideas for Elvira for a future comic book series or TV show or movie? Now, onto a quick review of 4 thumbnails of recent Comic Excitement Convention videos, including interviews of exhibitors at WonderCon 2026 in Anaheim, California, that you may enjoy. Power Girl, first solo comics covers and pages. Movie? Superman starts with execution, domestic abuse, warmongering, and more. TT Toy Fashion Interview. Outfits and accessories. WonderCon 2026. Brad Sloan, FVF Comics. Interview. WonderCon 2026. These 2 interviews, plus 8 more interviews of exhibitors at WonderCon 2026, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Interviews playlist. More videos about Elvira, short and longer, can be viewed at the Comic Excitement Convention Elvira playlist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.